Ned Fulmer didn't just get exposed, he grabbed the spotlight and turned it on himself. What was supposed to be a quiet, slightly embarrassing leak turned into a full-blown spectacle. Not because the internet dug it up, but because he did. And that's the part nobody can quite wrap their head around. If your dating profile gets leaked after one of the most public cheating scandals on YouTube, wouldn't you just ignore it, deny it, blame a catfish, let it fade? Not Ned. Instead of shrinking away, he logged onto X and announced it like a product launch. He posted that someone had doxed his dating app profile and casually joked that it saved him $29.99 a month. Then he invited people to roast it. Then he started sharing screenshots. Not one, not two, every slide. Like he was daring the internet to look closer. And here's the strange part. Most people hadn't even seen it before he brought attention to it. It wasn't trending, it wasn't blowing up on Reddit. It wasn't circulating widely, it existed quietly. Until he amplified it himself. That's not damage control, that's escalation. And when you look at the profile, it's not subtle. He wasn't even using his real name. He went by Edward. His bio was direct, specific, and bold, describing himself as Dom-leaning switch, looking for a bratty sub, listing his personality type, mentioning his Silver Lake home. It wasn't a generic newly single dad testing the waters situation. It was niche, it was pointed, and it was on Field, an app known for ethical non-monogamy, polydynamics, kink-friendly spaces. For someone whose entire downfall stemmed from an affair, publicly stepping into that space feels calculated, or reckless, or both. Because context matters. You don't get to separate the platform from the history. The internet remembers. And the moment he confirmed the profile was real, instead of brushing it off, people immediately started connecting dots. But then it got even stranger. Right? He didn't just confirm it, he reviewed it, he rated himself. Photo by photo, he gave commentary like he was judging a stranger. Cute smile. Dog's great. Bio could be better. 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 5 out of 10. He joked about being a divorced dad with unhinged energy. He made fun of his own Hulk Halloween costume. He referenced being in treatment, mentioning stress and depression weight loss while still keeping the tone playful. It had this oddly self-aware, self-deprecating energy, like he was trying to get ahead of the humiliation by owning it first. Laugh at yourself before they laugh at you, except they were still laughing, and not in a supportive way. Comments flooded in questioning why someone publicly known for cheating on his wife would openly advertise a dating profile on an alternative relationship app. Some people asked if this was rage bait. Others joked about humiliation being part of the brand. And then there was the part that raised eyebrows the most. He shared the direct link to the profile. If you're claiming you got exposed and that's why you're deleting it, why send traffic to it? That's when it stopped feeling accidental. And then he mentioned Ariel. In one of the captions, he casually noted that a certain photo was taken by her during a fundraiser. Just dropping that detail into the mix like it neutralized everything. It almost felt like a subtle signal. See, she knows. She's aware. It's fine. But awareness and approval aren't the same thing. That YouTube channel they built wasn't just his. Their audience didn't show up for single dad rebrand energy. They were invested in a family dynamic. So when he pivots using that same platform, referencing her in dating profile commentary, it creates this layered discomfort. Is it transparency? Is it image management? Is it trying to show that everything is mature and civil behind the scenes? Maybe. But that doesn't mean it was the life anyone envisioned. And just when the dating profile discourse started cooling off, he pivoted again. This time into podcast mode. He released an episode titled, Why Prenups Matter and Financial Rock Bottoms. The timing didn't go unnoticed. Divorce, financial fallout, relationship breakdown. These aren't random topics. They're directly connected to the scandal that dismantled his public image. In the comments, people didn't hold back. One person laid it out bluntly. You're either going to ignore the scandal and have every comment be about it anyway, or you're going to lean into it and get accused of monetizing your affair. There's no neutral lane for you. That's the corner he's in. And his response? calm, measured. He said the experience changed him, that he had to blow his whole life up to get back to his authentic self, that his actions and recovery shaped the stories he now wants to tell. That line hit differently, because depending on how you hear it, it sounds like growth or justification. Blowing your life up isn't usually framed as a personal breakthrough. For some people, it sounds like accountability reframed as destiny. For others, it sounds like someone trying to reclaim narrative control. And that's the real theme here. Control. He's responding to comments directly. He's asking critics what they would do differently. He's engaging instead of hiding. On paper, that looks transparent. But transparency in the internet era can also function as fuel. Every reply becomes content. Every controversial comment becomes another episode. Then someone asked the one question nobody expected him to acknowledge. Are you bringing Alex on the podcast? Short answer, no. But the fact that it was asked by and answered reopened the part of the scandal people haven't forgotten. It wasn't just infidelity. It involved workplace hierarchy, a power imbalance. That dimension made it heavier, more complicated, more uncomfortable. And even though his reply was just one word, the acknowledgement alone reignited that memory. Which brings us back to the beginning. Why amplify the dating profile at all? Why not quietly delete it? Why not deny it? There's a version of this where he could have minimized exposure. Instead, he leaned into it. He joked about it. He invited ridicule. He rated himself. He linked it. That doesn't look like panic. It looks like someone who understands that attention, even negative attention, keeps you relevant. And maybe that's the uncomfortable truth of all of this. In today's internet culture, humiliation can be repurposed. Scandal can be reframed. Vulnerability can double as strategy. If you can't escape the narrative, you reshape it. You become the commentator of your own controversy. But the risk is obvious. When your most defining public moment is betrayal, every new move gets filtered through that lens. A dating app profile isn't just a dating app profile. A prenup podcast isn't just financial advice. Transparency isn't just honesty. It's all tied back to that one event. So the real question isn't whether he's allowed to date, or podcast, or move on. The real question is whether the audience can ever separate the scandal from the person. Is this growth or rebranding? Is this accountability or strategic oversharing? Is he owning the narrative or keeping the drama alive because it's the only guaranteed engagement left? And maybe the wildest part is this. By talking about it this openly, he ensures we're still talking about him, which might have been the point all along. So what do you think? Is this someone rebuilding in real time or someone who figured out that controversy still converts?